Hey everyone, so back from my shopping trip today. I went out yesterday to go get a new shop vac hose. So on another note, I hate loaning things out because they either end up not coming back missing parts, takes forever to get them back. Assembled my shop vac, turned it on, and went bzz, and it just barely spun and turned right off. So I thought maybe it was my extension cord, checked it, it wasn't. So here's my neat little discovery. In putting together, after checking out my no power or intermittent power, I found my hoses. My father-in-law stuck them inside of here because he brought it back in the back of his pickup truck. So I started laying everything out in the grass because the filter was taken off too, and a little mouse went scurrying off into my shop. I always know that there's mice in here. You can hear them. You can hear the birds where the extension is. Look what we found. I started shaking the heck out of this thing, and sunflower seeds were popping out. And I didn't even know it. This brand new poor little mouse. He doesn't even have fur yet. So there's a mouse nest inside here, and I'm trying to figure out how to get it open. And obviously there's going to be more than one. I see a little nub of something. Looks like it's probably a boy mouse. So I'm going to move him over to the shade and see if his mom will come back for him. I really hate to kill any living creature. I figure God gave him his life. I'm not going to take it. Becky's sitting here threatening to stomp him. So hopefully I'll be able to get this thing going again. My husband got it as a gift, and I can tell from the mud spots it's been out in a little bit of rain. And I remember it starting to rain and I put it away. I hope it's not fried. So the hose I bought gets to go back. It was only a 7-foot section, which I'd wanted to get a 20-foot section. I don't know how well you can see that. See that tiny little nub by its tail?
Yep.
That could be where its umbilical cord was. It could be his pee-pee. How neat though. He is maybe 1.5 inches long.
Definitely.
So obviously with me out here, his mom's not coming back for him. And baby or not, I hate touching animals. Wild animals like this. It just, especially like mice. Mice and snakes really skeeve me out. So we're gonna move him over and see if I can get this shop back going. Oh. So I ended up finding 2 baby mice. So I brought them in the shop and put them on some leaves that were here. So maybe mom will come back for them. This is where the shop vac had been sitting. So I'm sure we found baby animals before and they disappear in a little while. So we'll just leave them alone while we're out doing our work, and I'll check on them. Yeah, we'll check on them later. You can see little tiny dabs of where their ears are. They're just the pinkest little things, but there was no nest. She had just gone into here. So let's see what's going on with this shop vac. This is what it's really going on. So see, this is why I thought it was the extension cord. Maybe. But I opened it up, no nest. And I could tell when I was opening it up that the mouse chewed on this to be able to give herself a little more space to get in there. Not a whole lot, but you can see where the curve would have gone. And absence of any nest, just sunflower seeds. And obviously, store any kind of seeds, they're going to get in there. So I start looking here, and I see this right away from the outside before anything else. Now, I can handle basic wiring and stuff, but I don't know where you're supposed to get replacement wire. I can splice it. Always be careful stuff like this, but look, she chewed up all over that wire. The coating must have had something there for her to be attracted to that, or maybe it was just in her way. But this one is all chewed up and separated. So, let's see about some replacement wire here and get us that going again. The good news is, Trey says, it's good to have something that you can use, but on the other hand, our shop and our shelves are full, so I have to see about returning that other thing maybe. We'll see. Because I've got now 2 sections of hose. So, we'll let you know how this repair goes. Okay, so we're back here to finish the repair on our mouse chewed up wire. And I will tell you, after several stops to some different stores, I finally made it up to Menards. And I got myself, it says Disconnect F Insulated. These are female disconnects. Some people call them spades at like Tractor Supply. And this is 18 gauge wire. You should be able to find a marking somewhere on the insulating coating on your wire to tell you what it is. So these are not reusable in that I can't pry them apart to be able to get the wire in there. So to get this started, you're going to want to strip the ends of your wires. And for me, this was part of my power cord, the leads coming out of here. So I had to cut off all my bad wire and start all over again. Now, this is called an anti-strain adapter, and this was removable. Sometimes you have to just cut them off, and you can get an order replacement. When I cut mine off, I thought I would have to do that, and I was actually able to rethread this, and I have to finish pulling, by using a little bit of dish soap. In this case, we use homemade bubble solution that the kids have. So I'll use that as a lubricant. They actually make a gel glide stuff for electrical wiring if you have that. But in our instance, dish soap always works great. So I'm going to work on this. Okay, so it took me overall about 2 weeks to get to the store and get the parts for this because I got busy doing other things. So a tip I will give you is use your phone, use your camera, take pictures of your parts so that you remember how it goes back together. That can be really tricky. I fortunately made the video in advance so that I can go back and use that to help me find where everything goes. But I've done it with our brake jobs, with fixing washers and dryers in the past. So I'm going to get this all rewired back together and we'll test her out.